Hello everyone, BoilerRat66 back again for another session of Diablo 3. Now we are on our third part of just one particular quest. I believe it's 7, 8, and this is the ninth one. It's actually just one quest, all three of those videos. And so yeah, you know it's a very, very long quest. I didn't want to do it all in one because it would have been almost 2 hours of gameplay for just one particular quest. And that is just the quest to go ahead and take out Magda and get the angel back. We did find out that it was an angel just a few episodes back. A man who fell from the sky. What we're doing here, you remember when we finished up the last one, we talked to that ghost and she wanted us to free some souls. So here's our first one. We have to free the remains of 6 prisoners. There's a lot of other stuff to fight in here. Okay, now what I usually do is just kind of go around the outskirts and you can get an idea where they're at when there's a green spot on the map. Just let them all take out each other, basically, is what they just did.
At long last, freedom. I am free.
Okay, now I did see a chest over here, so we're gonna find the way in and take care of that. Nothing really worth a darn there. Don't normally go into all of them, but these jailer bones are all over the place, and it gives you a little bit extra gold. Sometimes it gives you an item. And I'm not seeing any more of the remains. Continue on around.
I am your destruction.
There we go, there's another one.
Thank the gods. My gods! There is someone useless. Deal with him harshly.
It just seems kind of a waste whenever you have one of those guys there that explodes like that, and there's no one else around for him to take out for you. It bugs me every time that happens. Have you seen that one where I took out the boss, and he actually started a chain reaction that took all of them out? There's the door I'm looking for.
I am free.
So now we've freed 5 out of the 6. So we know there's only one more in here somewhere. And there it is over there. Truthfully, you don't have to continue on. Once you've freed those, you can go on back to the center.
Thank the gods.
Thank you, champion. My servants are now free, but the curse over this place remains. Seek the warden at the dungeon center and end his evil forever.
And now we can just head on back to the center. But I'm going to go ahead and take these guys out just because they were firing at me and made me mad. You don't get by with shooting me without dying. It just ain't right. So we'll go back to the center, take on the warden. Oh, seen some gold up there. It's not much. But you never know. You might come across something you want to buy and you're 2 gold shy. So boy, I wish I would have picked up those 2 gold.
I alone here must lose myself. So be it. Face me and repent your crimes.
Yeah. It wasn't much to face, was it? At least not with rapid fire, he wasn't much. See if there's anything down here. Nope.
You want more?
Now, here's another scene. I'll just go ahead and let you see it.
My lord, the prisoner is ready, as you requested.
Thank you, Lazarus. Your loyalty is invaluable in the midst of all these traitors. And you, my dear, my own wife and queen, conspiring against our kingdom.
My love, I swear, I have never betrayed you.
Lies. Until the very end.
A grim end to a noble woman. I am proud to have played my part in Leoric's fall.
The time of my lord's true awakening is at hand. That fool Leoric was only able to resist him because he did not yet possess his full power. With the queen dispatched as a traitor, I may now devote myself fully to preparing the boy for the presence of my master.
So as you can see, I actually did right in going ahead and making a third video, because this would have been made that last one extremely long. Although I do believe this is the last level before we actually go down and take on the Butcher. Now if any of you played the first Diablo, the very first one, you remember the Butcher on there. And he was kind of a pain to beat in that one. And the one here is kind of a pain in the butt as well. He is the first one that I can say usually gives me a good fight trying to take him out.
You want more? only this dark
And
place.
here's the butcher.
Leah must be back in Tristram, crying over the old man's corpse. She'll soon have another one to cry over. Yours. Meet the butcher.
Fresh meat. I hunger.
You may get a chance to see what that does, but if he actually connects with that when he throws it out, he will drag me to him and do a pretty good amount of damage, actually. There you go. He didn't do as much damage as he normally does, though. I don't know why. But this fire, you gotta stay out of the fire as well. He's really hard to beat if you are not this character with the rapid fire. Because it takes a lot to take him out. I'm gonna get stuck in fire. Come on now. There we go. Death to the butcher. A lot of good... Oh, I've got a stake thrower. We're going to have to go ahead and identify that right off the bat.
The truth about the butcher demon was more startling than I ever anticipated. Evidently, there are many of them within the burning hells, though they used to be solely under Diablo's command. The butchers are stitched together from the parts of other demons to combine their strengths, then given life through wicked magic.
Okay, we do have other stuff. The good thing it doesn't cost scrolls to identify things now. That really does less damage. That takes away some damage by using that, so I won't use that. But this actually gives you damage, gives you health. So we'll go ahead and replace that. Might as well check everything while I'm here. I'm not sure just how much stuff we'll get from when we take Magda out, so I am going to go ahead and go back and sell some stuff. Because I only have room for 3 more items. If she gives any more than that, I'll have to do this anyway, and I'd rather not do it when we're already at the very end. So I'm going to go ahead and convert some of this stuff by salvaging. All these items that I cannot use anyway, we'll go ahead and do this. And let's see, do we want to go ahead and get the fallen tooth? I don't know if I want any more of those for sure or not. I really could use more gold. Never hurts to have more gold. Go ahead and repair everything while we're here. We'll hit up this merchant, see if he has anything new. He's not saying anything, so he may not. But we did want to check these other ones while we're here. This guy had something we wanted last time and wasn't able to buy it, but I think we found something. No, there it is. This is actually better, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Put that on. We'll go ahead and sell everything now too while we're here. Ooh, these gloves are better. It's a good thing that I didn't just go through and click everything. Yeah, we'll sell those. And again, a better chest armor. Now this does more damage, but it takes away that 120 life. Now that's questionable about whether that is actually going to be better or not, because it would be 6 to 22 in damage, whereas that other one is only 7 to 19. So I think we'll go ahead and take the trade-off of life, because not much actually comes close to us.
Should I master?
So I'm going to go ahead and sell all that. Now this would actually give us more damage. I know I keep changing things up a little bit, but man, it just makes such a big difference on damage. It actually gives more protection as well. I don't know how it gives more protection when it's 36 when the other one's 37. But we'll go with it. I think I'm going to go ahead and use it. Just because it gives more damage. It won't be long and we're going to be needing that extra damage. Well, it's actually in the next area that we go to. Now these gloves will do more damage, but it takes away life and protection. So I don't know if that's a good trade-up or not. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with what I have. I wish I didn't take away from damage and protection to give that extra 100 life, but that's okay. We're sitting good on potions. We got 43. So let's just go down and see what this third merchant has. Because we haven't checked with him in a while.
No one round here appreciates the work I put into acquiring these fine wares. It's not easy, I can tell you that.
There we go. Here's a better quiver. Actually adds a lot to our damage. And the belt. It adds a lot to our damage as well. So we'll sell that. I do realize that we are taken away from life, but I don't let them get very close anyway. So we're just going to go with it. None of that helps. This helps damage, but takes a lot of life away. That gives you a lot of damage in comparison, but again, it takes 170 life away as well. This time I'm not going to take the trade up from life. I just can't do it. So let's go on back and take on Magda. She should be right through that next door. I do believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe she is. Perhaps we're not actually fighting Magda on this one. I am mistaken. We are not fighting Magda yet. All we're going to do now is... All we're going to do right now is free the angel. Then we'll be going back to fight Magda.
Dying.
Take up your sword.
My sword. I remember now. I was an archangel of the high heavens. I was the embodiment of justice. I am material. You have restored my mind, friend. And now, I remember the warning I came to deliver. Belial and Asmodan, the last lords of hell, are unleashing a tide of darkness that will drown this world. Already, Belial's shadow has fallen upon Chaldean.
I will stop at nothing to kill them. All of them. Until their corpses are piled higher than the tallest towers.
We must move quickly. Let us return to Tristram and make ready.
So I was actually wrong. There's 3 big ones on here, just like what we had in Diablo 2. I forgot all about Asmodan. Now, Belial is usually where I first die for the very first time, and he's actually in the next land that we go to. So we'll just have to wait and see if I can actually make that through there. So if y'all want me to do a hardcore, that's where you're going to find me die. Chances are that's where I won't be able to get past if you have me be anything other than a wizard, a demon hunter, or possibly a monk. I don't see myself actually getting through Belial. So that would be a good challenge if you all want me to be a, what is the name of that? Witch Doctor or the Barbarian. That would be the challenge. Would be in hardcore mode to get beyond Belial. Belial is very, very hard to beat. Even with these other characters, even with this one, having that rapid fire, he still is going to kill me. I can almost guarantee you I will not get through him on the first try. But this is the end of this quest. We did get the angel back. I do believe that next thing we'll be doing is going after Magda. I think he knows where she's at. He's going to send us on to her. And that'll be the last thing we need to do before we go to the next lands that we have to go to. Let me go ahead and just click on him and find out.
Time grows short, my friends. Even now, Belial's influence is spreading through Chaldean.
But how will we find him?
We won't have to. Magda and her coven will lead us straight to him.
I'm not going anywhere until Uncle Deckard's been laid to rest.
We can do no less for him. But afterward, he must be avenged.
I have called for a caravan to guide us to the east. Speak to the caravan master when you are ready to go. We will see to Cain as we depart.
Well, that was a quite turn of events compared to what I was saying, because we don't have to fight Magda yet. We don't fight her until somewhere else in another land. We're actually going to be going to that other land here. I will stop it once we get there. This has been pretty short. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything I need to do here is complete before we go. So I didn't get anything else. I did all that selling for nothing. I could have gone ahead and continued on to the very end, and I just didn't realize it. So there's actually nobody we need to check in on. I need to check one thing before we go and see if there's anything I can use in the stash, and yes, there is. But it's going to take away damage. All that stuff that I got that I sacrificed life for in order to get the damage, I would actually get more life, a lot more than I sacrificed even, but I take a big hit on damage, so I don't think I'm going to use that. I thought I would, but I won't. And I don't like using regular crossbows because they have a slower attack speed. So I'm not going to use that. It looks like we've done everything. We have not gotten anything socketed yet. I do believe that you have to go through most of the next level before you ever get anything. Next level meaning the next place we go to. We're actually going to be going right now to a whole nother land. And we're going to do that right now.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldean?
his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heavens strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will now answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother.
You chose to be one of us.
Sacrilege.
Thus, I fell, willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
I never believed all your crazy tales. The work. You never finished. I will finish it, Uncle. I will carry on for you.
Now that Tristram is safe, I travel to Chaldea, the great city of the East. It has fallen before one of the last lords of Hell, Belial. I mean to set the city free.
Gotta love them long ass cutscenes where you actually can see them do more than just walk around to what you can make them do. Totally different look to them. One thing I haven't showed you is the jeweler. You can actually do things with these gems. I don't have any right now, but you can actually make the flawed gems into a full gem, from your flawed topaz to a topaz. Once you've got a couple of topazes, you can make it a flawless topaz to a perfect to a radiant. I have not been able to make any radiants because of the fact that you need particular books in order to do that. Now you only need pages to make the perfect ones. Pages of a tome of jewel making, I think it's called. Once you have the pages, you can make the perfect ones, but you need a full tome in order to make a radiant. The full tome, I believe, is 10 pages. Once you have 10 pages, you can make it a full tome, and then you can make the Radiant Topaz. So you got a lot of things that you can do to actually improve your stuff. If you've got sockets, you can, of course, put any of the gems in there, and each one of them does something different. The amethyst, if you look, let's just go on a regular one, because that's what we're going to come into contact with before anything. Well, actually the flawed, but I'll keep a hold of flaweds until I can at least make a full gem. I actually have perfect ones in my stash, but the amethyst, if you put it in a weapon, each hit adds 6 life to you. If you put it into a helm, it adds 7 life to you. And if you put it in anything else besides your helm or your weapon, it will give you plus 14 vitality, which is again giving you life. The emerald, if you put it in a weapon, its critical hit damage increased by 20, or in a helm, it's plus 9 extra gold from monsters. Anything else gives you plus 14 dexterity, which dexterity is what we use as an archer, of course. The ruby gives you a plus 9 minimum and plus 9 maximum damage in a weapon. In a helm, it increases bonus experience by 9%, and anything else, it gives you plus 14 strength. And of course, the topaz, the last one, it can give you melee attackers take 6 damage per hit if you put it in a weapon. In a helm, 9% better chance of finding magical items, and anything else gives you add 14 intelligence. But what I want you to see is just the difference on, as you make them a better gem, what it gives you. So you go for, let's just go with the topaz to start with, and in the helm, a 9% better chance of finding magic items. You go to a flawless, 11% better chance. Perfect, 13% better chance. And a radiant, 15% better chance. So everything goes up pretty good. And like I said, perfect ones is as high as I've been able to go so far. I have not been able to make any radiance whatsoever. Just don't have the training to do so yet. You can also remove the gems, and what's really nice is one thing that you've never been able to do before that I recall. Normally you have a choice. You can either remove a gem and lose the gem completely, or in other cases you remove a gem and lose the item completely and keep the gem. In this game, the way they've done it is you get both of the items. You get your item that you had that was socketed, and you get to keep your gem as well. So that makes it really, really nice to go ahead and build up on your gems as well. So this is your separate town. Now the one thing I do want to point out is this little girl right here
You should take a look.
usually has some really, really nice stuff. And here you got the different armor. She usually has something when I come here that I can use, but this time she does not. But under miscellaneous, she has these different plans that I have never had a chance to use because I never get up to 1.5 million gold. Now I guess that might happen, say when we get up into nightmare mode or hell mode, then maybe you can get that kind of gold. But in normal mode, you're never going to see that much unless you never spend on anything. And I do have Wirt's Bell already. I just have no clue what you're supposed to do with it. I do know that there is a hidden level somewhere, and I don't know how to access it. I've not checked into the forums. I've not checked into anything that tells me where to access that hidden level that is just jam-packed with goodies. I don't know where it's at. I'd like to find it on my own, but I don't think I'll be able to. It's probably something like what they used to do in Diablo II, where you actually put Wirt's leg and a full book of town portals, I think it was, and you put those into this cube which would combine them, and that would actually take you to a whole nother level. In that one, it was a cow level, and all you did was fight a whole lot of cows, and they gave you all kinds of good stuff. I don't know what this one's going to do. I have no clue. But one day we will find out. I may get that information and do that as the last one. If you can get to it from the normal mode, I think I will probably go ahead and do that as the very last video. I'll have to do a little bit of research and find out where to find that level, and then I'll do that for you. But that's way down the line. We still have a long way to go. We got this land to go through, and then we have another land to go through, and then we have the heavens to go through. So we're talking a lot of videos to come before we ever get that far. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one now. Let's go ahead and get away from her at the moment. We still have everything here that was in all the rest of the towns. I'm going to stop here, and if you all liked it, go ahead and please click on that like button. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe so that you know when I'm doing another video. I don't do just Diablo 3. I also do things from World of Tanks. It's the only other ones that I've done. I did one video of Second Life. I may do more of those, but I'm kind of getting out of Second Life. I've been in there for 5 years. I just don't know if I'll do very many of those. I may do one that's kind of a newbie type tutorial for people that don't know a whole lot about Second Life, but I haven't decided that yet. I'm just waiting to see what my wife in the game is going to do. She's kind of getting tired of Second Life too. She's been in there just a little bit longer than I have. I also do War Thunder. I haven't done any videos on that yet, but I may do that. Blacklight Retribution, Neverwinter, Torchlight 2, all these games that I play, I may start doing videos on them. I would love to hear comments from everybody. If you go ahead and any of the games that I just mentioned. Also MechWarrior Online, I play that as well. If there's anything that you would like to see, put that in the comments. Any of the games that I do play. If there's any other free-to-play games that you know of that I have not mentioned, and you want to see them done into a video, I will do my videos on my very first playthrough. That way we're both seeing it for the first time together. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this right here, and I will see you guys on the next one. I really enjoy doing these for you. Have a great evening, morning, whatever it is that you are watching this.